Dear friends in Dhamma, today we're going to start 11th Dhamma talk in rain retreat, Vassa period. We have only more 2 days to celebrate or practice Dhamma during Vassa period. After also you can practice, but only we have more 2 days. Coming Friday, we're going to finish or we are going to end Vassa period. What's the next month in according to Buddhist context? Next month we call Jylland month or Robe month. The monks who observed precepts called Vassa, now you have time to offer a special robe called Kathina. If you fulfill your basic activities like offering dana, practicing generosity, listening Dhamma, and after that you have another chance to offer special robe called Kathina. Earlier I mentioned about the word, the solid meaning. It has a strong meaning. Not because of cloth. Cloth is impermanent. Now we know that. That is because of what? Because our spiritual part. We have. Then now time has come to discuss our Dhamma talk. As our Mr. Udita mentioned, this is philosophical teaching or stage that we are talking today. Already have started that series. But we started from the beginning, from the Shraddha or confidence. We talk normal activities. Normal meaning is not normal, but easily we can understand that. For an example, Shraddha, confidence, and generosity, and kilesa. But three universal characteristics, from the three universal characteristics, the tilakkana, it is not easy, and also the rational teaching and philosophical teaching, and everybody is accepted. Everybody accepted those teachings. These are very rational and technical and scientific. Everything it has. Then from Tilakkana, so far we are discussing Tilakkana, that Four Noble Truth. But they are interrelationship. Don't worry about that. Tilakkana is another explanation, and again Four Noble Truth. And today we are talking the Noble Eightfold Path. What's the Noble Eightfold Path? I start from the literal meanings or from the words. We have in a Pali language, it is called Majjhima Patipada. Majjhima Patipada or Majjhima Patipada. Then we have another word, Madhyama Patipada. And what is the Sinhala word? Yes, very good. Madhum Piliveta. In English language, 8 middle path. It is called middle path. Then we can understand what is the middle path, why we use that word like that. We can understand step by step, but simply try to understand the literal meaning or word meaning of Madhyama Patipada or path, middle path, or Madhum Pilivada, Majjhima Patipada. So, everybody knows our first Dhamma talk of the Buddha. It was Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Everybody knows, you have heard, and you are very familiar with that. There is a well-known statement preached by the Buddha. Don't misunderstand about this word, but that's the truth. Samanena va, Brahmanena va, Devena va, Marena va, Brahmana va. In the world, there are so many religious leaders and philosophers, scholars. Nobody can change this preaching, or nobody can shake this teaching, or nobody can challenge for this teaching, because this is highly advanced and they can reject. It's okay, it's up to you. But whether you believe or not, truth is truth. Death is death. Who can challenge? No, nobody can challenge. That's the truth. Decay is decay. Death is death. The beginning of the religion, earlier also I mentioned that one of the philosophers mentioned about religion, history of the man is history of the religion. When we find out the historical background of the religion, it has when man originated to this world, that is the beginning of the religion. In that time, people were unable to understand what is happening around us, like death. What is the difference between living body and dead body? Now you are here, no? When I scold you, you have a sad appearance. I can see sad appearance. When I admire you, you have a smile, no? Then after a few years ago, imagine dead body. We scold, if we scold, or when we scold and when we blame, nothing happened. We can see reaction. Then nowadays we can understand, because we know that we have religious background. Then we know that. But think about that previous day, they were unable to identify what is happening around us. Like decay, some people smile after cry. What is the difference between smiling and crying like that? What is the relationship between dead body and living body? Therefore, they think, this is happened, and this is created by supernatural power. That's the beginning of the worshipping system. Then they used to worship for the natural resources like trees, sun and moon. That's the beginning of the religion. That means there is a very positive movement. They want to know something about us. They want to know. That is why they think what is the difference between living body and the dead body. Then they were not able to understand real teaching, but however they practice something. Then after that, the Buddha explained these acceptable methods or philosophical methods rational methods. That's why I mentioned the Buddha said in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, nobody can change. Samanenawa, any other monks or anyone, Brahma, nobody can change. Kena jiva lokasmi. Yeah, no one in the world can change these philosophical and rational teaching methods. Because what is the reason? Truth is truth. Not because of the Buddha's omnipotent or omniscience. Because of the nature. Not because of the Buddha's any other supernatural power, because of nature. Whether you believe or not, it is happening around us. There are two kinds of extremes. Extremes, I think you are familiar with that word, extremes or extremism. We have extremism, no? There are two kinds of extremism in the Buddha's period called Kama Sukallikkhana Yoga and Attakilamatthana Yoga. Kama Sukallikkhana Yoga and Attakilamatthana Yoga, self-mortification and self-indulgence. There are two patterns, or there are two observations they have. They practice that. Self-mortification and self-indulgence. Buddha totally rejected. Now you can see now. There is the externalism and nihilism. Then you have another one called middle path. Where we can put that? Somebody think it can put in middle or center. My next question is how you can find center. If you want to find center in the world, what do you have to do?
You find the end first.
You have to get two objects. Two objects. Comparatively you say this is center. But if you remove two objects, what will happen? There is no center. Then don't misunderstand about this name. This is a brand name. I think you are very familiar, you have heard of Matra Bhakkada in Sri Lanka, Matra Rice Shop or hotel. Are there only Matra? No, you can see Colombo and Candy and Gampa. I have seen. That is brand name. Not because of, it came from only because of Matra. Right? Likewise, middle meaning not center. How you can find center? Always you find center by thinking your knowledge. According to your knowledge, you compare them. You have to compare two objects. Comparatively you say, this is middle path. If you are poor, if you have a lack of money, not enough money, you say this is a kind of a suffering position. Then if somebody has more money, or if they have a lot of money or a lot of requirements, basic requirements, you say this is the luxury life. You say that comparatively. What you have seen from your eyes and what you have heard from your ears, according to your experience, by considering all the experience of 5 objects, you compare and you say this is beginning point, this is ending point, and this is the middle point, like that. But remember, according to my understanding, middle path is another brand name, not center. Okay? You can find center in the world. We are the person we have divided. This is the first class, this is the second class, and this is the third class. No, this is the beginning point and this is the ending point. This is the middle point. Center. We are the person we have created that. But middle path is another practice. Don't give any names. Middle is middle. Middle path is middle path. That's a brand name. It's another path. Buddha rejected, totally Buddha rejected the two extremes called externalism and nihilism, or Kamasukallikāna yoga and Atthakila yoga path. Right? Then now you have some idea about middle path. Don't find center in the world. You can't find that. It is if you want to find that, you have to compare. Comparison is not a good solution. Then stop comparison. If you want to find happiness or other thing, you have to stop the comparison. This is a kind of a technical practice. So the Buddha, after realized middle path under the both three, he proclaimed that liberation is not achieved through extreme indulgence in sensual pleasures, Kamasukallikāna yoga, nor through extreme self-mortification, Atthakila yoga. Instead, the way to Nibbana is the noble eightfold path, Arya Attangika Magga. That means you need to practice. So in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta mentioned, Eteko ante anupagama majjhima patipata tathagatena apisambuddha cakku karani jnana karani upasamaya abhiññāya sambodhāya nibbānāya samattane. Avoiding both extremes, the Tathagata discovered the middle way, which gives rise to vision, knowledge, lead to peace, and direct knowledge, enlightenment and nibbana. Right? So, if you want to practice the noble eightfold path, you can practice by practicing morality. It is called sila and samadhi. Samadhi means what? Concentration. And wisdom, panya. I think that is why I say these teachings are interrelated. It has interrelationship. So, okay, now we are going to explain one by one. Right view, samma ditti. The Buddha explained by given definition. Katamaca bhikkhave samma ditti. Monks, what is the samma ditti or right view? Dukkhe jnanam, dukkha samudaya jnanam, like that. I don't know to explain the verse by word, but that simply means if somebody doesn't know about Four Noble Truths, that means you haven't samma ditti. You have miccha ditti or wrong view. You need to believe the first Buddha's teaching. Buddha's teaching meaning you need to believe in next Dhamma sermon I will explain what is the Buddha's teaching and what is the Dhamma, like that, the final Dhamma talk. But here, simply try to understand. If you have lack of knowledge about Four Noble Truths or Chaturarya Satya, or simply that problem and origination of the problem and solution and path, like that, if you doesn't know about that or if you don't believe that, then you have created miccha ditti or wrong view. Then if you want to practice, you need to believe first Four Noble Truths. That's why Buddha say, dukkhe jnana, truth of suffering, knowledge of suffering, and dukkha samudaya jnana, origination of the knowledge, the origination of suffering, the knowledge of origination of suffering, and dukkha nirodha jnana, the cessation of suffering, the knowledge of cessation of suffering. And dukkha nirodhagamini patipada jnana, the knowledge of path or middle path. Right? Then without right view, practice is blind. Their right intention. Oh, was right intention. Now you know right view, no? Sammaditthi. You know that. Next, Samma Sankappa, right intention. What we have to think in our daily life. The Buddha said, Nekkama Sankappa, Vyavara Sankappa, Avihimsa Sankappa. Choosing renunciation, kindness and compassion over selfish desire. Those are the things that we have to practice and we have to think. And right speech. And in right speech, you need to talk, or if you want to speak, you need to speak good words. Samma vacha, right words. The Buddha one time explained, Sahassampiche vacha anattapada sanghita. Ekang vacha padan, say you like that, then somebody talk many words. Within 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 hour, talking, gossip and harsh word, foolish word, so many talking. The Buddha say, more than 1,000 words, remember that, more than 1,000 words, or more than foolish and gossip, 1,000 words, ekam vacha, only one word is powerful than that 1,000 words. If you can practice that. Well, it is not easy. It's not easy, I know. As a human being, we need to talk more.
Communication.
Yeah, you want to communicate with others. It's a very, very difficult practice. Even if you don't talk with you definitely you say, oh, those monks are not good. They are not talk with us. But if, according to Buddha, they Dhammeva Katava Ariyova Tunnibhava, if somebody doesn't talk Dhamma, you don't talk with them. Then nowadays we have to change our system, life system, because if you doesn't talk, you definitely you call to Bhante Devananda, you will complain, oh, these two monks are not talking with us, so like that, it will be terrible for us. Right? But according to Buddha point of view, Dhammeva Katava Ariyova Tunnibhava, if somebody doesn't talk Dhamma or relate something about your life or inner problems like hatred, delusion, ignorance, anxiety, depression, overthinking. Instead of that, you talk politics, gossips. But nowadays, we have to totally change according to modern society. Then Buddha said more than 1,000 words. The one good verse is higher or powerful than that. Right? Ekang Vasha. Then, now, Musavada Veramani. Refraining from lying or telling lies like that. You need to stop that. So, what else? Harsh word. Parusavasha, harsh words. And also, Sampappala, I think, like gossip. Yeah. Then instead of that, you have to talk the good thing. But you need to talk. Without talking, this is also kind of talking, no? But we can turn in the good path then. Instead of gossip, you can recite Buddha's qualities, 9 qualities, no? But if I say, please recite Namo Tassa, you say Namo Tassa, I also can't do that. You say loudly and respectfully, like Namo Tassa Bhagavata Arahato, like that. That is for you, not for the Buddha or for me. Right action. Samma Kammanta. What's that? Earning a living without harming others. Which kind of business do you have to stop? Like poisons and like what else? Weapons and also intoxicants like that. You have to find out good job. That's the simple meaning. You have to find good job for your to live in the society. Then next one, number 6, right effort, samma vayama. What is samma vayama? Then sometimes samma vayama means right effort. Right effort. You say, Hamadurvaniya, Bhante, already we have that. That is why we are in America or US. Because you are dedicated more than others, no? In your life. You studied well, I know that. That's why you came here. Without lack of academic or without lack of energy. You were not able to come here. You have enough effort to your worldly life, or normal life. But Buddha says not that kind of effort. What for you have to build up your effort? We have a inner 4 reason. We have to develop, we have to practice 4 theory under the Samma Vayama, right effort. The first one is, please, the Buddha say, please practice to prevent unarisen, unwholesome states. Unarisen, unwholesome states. That means the bad thoughts haven't come yet. But because of some your toxic friends and other, because of some friends, sometimes you're going to develop there. Then try to stop that. That's why Buddha said, please prevent unarisen, not arise yet. Unarisen, unwholesome states. Anuppannana amsala. The second one is, please to abandon arisen. Already it has arisen. You need to identify. Jealousy, ignorance, aggressive. So many things now you have already, you have that. It's different person to person. And you need to identify that. Then what we have to do? Abandon. Or please reduce. Try to reduce that. Don't cultivate. Please reduce. Abandon, arisen, unwholesome. Uppannana, apusalana, dhamma. Then the third one is what? What the third effort? Third virya. Develop unarisen, wholesome. It hasn't come yet to your mind, like sometime morality, generosity, like sometime you have greediness in your mind. If you see this kind of charity and this kind of sermon, you think, I also should do that. I also practice that. But you hasn't come for your mind, but because of others' activities, this kind of activities, you think, I also should practice this kind of charity, morality, like that, right? That means that's why I said, unarisen, unwholesome, you need to develop that. What else? What is the other effort? Maintain arisen, wholesome states. Already sometimes you have good qualities in your life. You practice generosity, morality, concentration. Then please develop.
Skip.
Develop, don't skip. Please develop Jeva. Right mindfulness, Samma Sati. Cultivation of 4 foundation of mindfulness. Samma Sati, for what? We say, be mindful, no? We use that. For what? It has a deep meaning, it's not simple. Sati is not simple meaning. For what? Contemplation of body. Kayanupassana. From your hair to your feet, please Please investigate about that. Contemplation of body, that is called Kayanupassana. And Vedananupassana, contemplation of feelings. Which kind of feelings? Hatred feelings and craving, attachment feelings. Like we need to identify. Then Chittanupassana, contemplation of mind, and phenomena, contemplation of Dhammanupassana, contemplation of Dhamma, or contemplation of phenomena. Dhammanupassana.
Tilakkhana is part of this?
Yes, there is interrelationship. It has interrelationship. That's why I mentioned. These are the right mindfulness that you need to practice. So the final one is right concentration, samma samadhi. The Buddha explained that development of 4 jhana leading to serenity and wisdom. In the bhikkave bhikkhu viviccheva kamehi savitakkam savitaram pijasukam pratamadhyana upasampadya, like that. They explained that in the bhikkave bhikkhu viviccheva kamehi, development of 4 jhana leading to serenity and wisdom. Concentration means samadhi, right concentration. Now you not engage with the worldly pleasures like visible form, sounds, or good and bad smell, or touching. You have another happiness which is called jhana, the very kind of happiness. Path to purification, to direct knowledge, to enlightenment, to the realization of Nibbana. Then please practice the Noble Eightfold Path in your daily life.